to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The Blitz has been called. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Captain Cool and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome in, everybody, to a Tip-Off Tuesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, the Captain Cool.
Oh my goodness, it's
Captain Cool! Someone lose a grenade? No, but you can find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at @TheBlitz_sports, where we post polls, we post updates, we post behind the scenes and all that goodness. So make sure you guys are following us there, as well as our Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV. For more than just sports talk, you can literally have us on your TV at home while you're just doing chores or something like that. It's just like you got two bros just hanging out, talking sports, talking gaming, talking all of that stuff. And if you want to hang out with us, well, you can call in 256-576-4977. And if you forget that number, again, WZZN TV will have that right above my head. It's literally, it's like right here. I don't know if I'm even on the stream yet, but I know Bandy's back in the studio. He's a lone man right now, so he's really just running it all by himself. But this first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online and fill out your free quote today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. Guys, it may be beautiful outside right now, but you never know what's going to happen in this Tennessee Valley. The winds might start coming in, the rain might start coming in, and you need to be prepared with a Fleming roof atop your head. Now, before Bailey sits down, because I know he's doing a lot of stuff over there, I'd like to say that the Ravens sent notice to the NFLPA that they placed a $32.41 million non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. He is now allowed to negotiate with other teams, but the Ravens have the right to match any offer sheet he signs. I had this on my script earlier, okay? I was going to talk a little bit about this because I was bringing it up, okay? It was going to be a underwhelming type of day for this whole situation because we needed to know where Lamar Jackson was going to go, okay? We did not know if he was going to stay with the Ravens, if he was going to go and play for a different team, maybe the Falcons or something like that. But, it was really going to all come down today because that franchise tag was going to be up at 3:30. That deadline, they need to get that through by 3:30, and it ends at 4, so they need to kind of figure something out. So he was either going to be released, traded, or franchise tagged, and the one Mr. Ozzie Newsome, Cleveland Brown great, he said that, quote, "we'll put the franchise tag on his ass." Not literal, okay, he didn't actually, quote, say that, but it was pretty much along that line, okay? They wanted to put a franchise tag on him. They wanted him to stay there. They don't have the money currently to pay him what he wants, but they are going to get him on this squad because they really need that. And now we're going right into it. As we're on the football talk, we got one Florida guest coming on the show to talk a little bit about Anthony Richardson's performance, maybe some college hoops in the Florida realm of things. That is one Mr. Kevin Brockway from Gainesville Sun. He's talking Florida college sports. Kevin, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We can't complain. Currently, though, I do wish I was in that Florida sun, I will say. How is the weather out there?
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's been a good month so far in March. You know, we had a little bit of a chilly January and February here in Gainesville, but it's been really nice the last couple of weeks.
Just thinking about it, I can't wait to get down there. I know my father's down in Fort Myers right now, so he's enjoying that sun all he wants. But for me and the Bandy Man, we can't take any breaks, so we're getting right into the fun stuff. So one thing I want to talk with you about is definitely all of that surrounding Anthony Richardson right now. I mean, you look at what he did at Florida, and it was kind of underwhelming in a way. We talked about this, I believe, the last time we had you on. And, I mean, what was the biggest thing, before we get into his combine stats, what was the biggest thing that kind of limited his productivity on this team in this past season?
I just think just adjusting to a first-year coach and a first-year system, I think that kind of hurt him because, he was recruited by Dan Mullen, was expecting to play in that system, and then you have a new coach and you're thrown into, everything and having to, deal and adjust with that new offense. And I think that hurt him, frankly.
And kind of moving over now, the conversation that's going down is who's going to be number one. I mean, Anthony Richardson surprisingly has been just creaking up. He's just been creeping up to that front, and the Combine definitely helped him out with that. But if we say, watch him play another year at Florida and he tries to get into the draft next season, is there even going to be a conversation about him going number one? I mean, obviously, he's got the size, he's got the arm strength. I mean, he would definitely go number one, if not in the top three, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think there's always the fear of injury, though. When you're in the SEC, you're one hit away. And we know how brutal of a league it is and how hard of a league it is. And even for a guy like Anthony and his size and stature, I think that probably was in the back of his mind in making his decision. And he felt like he was a first-round pick. He's going to get some guaranteed money. So take it now. Try to learn in the pros. I was just on another radio station, though, and I think it would serve him best if he went to a team that didn't throw him in right away.
Yeah.
That gave him some time. And, it didn't hurt Patrick Mahomes, right, for sitting a whole year or pretty much most of a year. And I think the same would be well served for Anthony. Just let him learn under a veteran quarterback, get the system down, because I think that's where some of his weaknesses lie, in terms of adjusting to a new system and a new offense. And you could see that he was kind of getting it late last season, but he wasn't getting it early in the season. And in those critical games against teams like Tennessee and Georgia and LSU, games Florida needed to win. And let's not forget, Florida didn't have, the greatest defense either. You're not going to bring back any memories of the 1985 Bears or that defense. He was in a lot of shootouts and had limited talent to work with at the receiver position as well.
Mm-hmm. And actually, kind of speaking of that system, I mean, this is going to be Billy Napier's second year as the head coach for this Florida Gators team. What do you kind of expect to change going from how he did his first year as a head coach, going to now he's got a little bit more experience under his belt, and what do you think might change heading into his second year?
Well, he's got 30 new guys, 20 from his recruiting class and 10 more from the transfer portal. Actually, I think it's 32 to 34. And who knows what kind of noise he's going to make in the transfer portal in May. He might add another quarterback. You never know. But right now he's got Graham Mertz, who has starting experience in the Big Ten in Wisconsin, and he has Jack Miller back, who didn't look so great in the bowl game but was playing behind a really suspect offensive line. I think he feels really good. His first press conference of the spring on Saturday, he was talking about guys knowing more what to expect, being comfortable with him, being comfortable with his system. And I think that could pay some dividends down the road. Usually the second year is when you want to see that growth from a coach. Certainly, I've seen in the past at Florida with Urban Meyer. Even Will Muschamp's second year was very good at Florida before it kind of went downhill after that. So, I think there's an opportunity for some growth for Florida. A lot of people are underselling them, but I do think that the potential is there for them to make a little bit of a leap. They're still way behind Georgia, but, who knows if they can make up some ground against some of the other teams in the league like Tennessee and South Carolina and Kentucky.
Kevin Brockway with us from Gainesville Sun to talk college football, Florida everything really. Florida weather too. But I want to kind of, this is a question that kind of goes throughout all of college football right now, is the rule changes that are going to be implemented soon that consist of like the time after a first down. Instead of it stopping, it's going to keep rolling unless it's inside the 2-minute warning and all that stuff. How is this going to affect a lot of these college coaches and even the players really on the field going into this season and transitioning into the NFL?
Well, personally, I like it because I don't want to sit in a press box for 4.5 hours. Especially if you're on deadline too, and it's a later game, and you've got a lot of pressure. Yeah, I think it's long overdue. I like the idea of having the running clock on first downs, but maybe preserving it in the last 2 minutes so that you do have that excitement and that ability to come back at the end. But I think for a team like Florida that likes to run the football, I think that wants to be Billy Napier's identity, it could really help in terms of limiting possessions of other teams, that have explosive offenses if they can establish that ground game, which is what I think they ultimately want to do under Billy Napier. And they do have, 2 starting running backs coming back in Montrell Johnson and Trevor Etienne. They're even high on this transfer they got from Tulane, Cam Carroll, who could be a third guy. And, just play that ball control offense, especially when they have the lead. I think that's what Billy Napier wants to do, and then establish play action off the run game. And if he can do that, and certainly, I think it would bode well for Florida in terms of managing the game a little bit, which is what Billy Napier wants to do.
Yeah, that's interesting to even talk about because, knowing exactly what the team does on the field and their style of play and being able to kind of take advantage of those new rules is really going to help out in a big way, and I think it's going to be awesome for Florida to kind of figure all that out, piece it together, and go on with their season. But next thing I want to get back into Anthony Richardson at the Combine. Guy was flying, okay? He was faster than Cam Newton and Tim Tebow. What is up with this speed? Oh, is this something that is going to have to transition into the NFL, or is this something that kind of just shows a statement that this is the kind of speed that this kid can have if he was pushed to run the ball?
Yeah, well, I think we saw the Utah game and the Texas A&M game when he had those 2 long touchdown runs this season. Last season against USF as well. The guy's a gazelle, especially for his size. And there were some people that probably wondered why he didn't run more here. And I think that there were some concerns early in the season about the durability aspect of Anthony Richardson. If you remember, before this season, he had injury issues. And I think that their main concern was to get him through a full season healthy, and they did that. But part of that was probably preserving him a little bit, particularly early in the season when Jack Miller broke his thumb. And they were really concerned about the depth of the quarterback position. They only had Jalen Kitna and Kyle Engel a walk-on behind them. So they were, concerned about the depth of that spot, and they didn't want to put Anthony in harm's way in certain games. And, I still think the NFL certainly is one of those leagues, very much like the SEC. Once you get whacked a few times, though, you might be a little, hesitant or cautious to run too. So there's a preservation aspect to it as well, but I think certainly when Anthony sees those openings for big plays, he's going to take advantage of them.
Good stuff. Kevin Brockway from the Gainesville Sun talking Florida sports with us. And, another thing, looking at those injuries that he's had in the past, right now all of the quarterbacks that are really being looked at, C.J. Stroud, even Bryce Young, all of them have had that history, at least as of late. So, they're all missing out in some aspect of it. Even Bryce Young's missing out with most of the combine at that. But, we look over at some of the things that this guy's going to do. Which quarterback do you really equate him to the most moving forward? Would it be a Jalen Hurts style, or would it be more of like a Cam Newton or even a Tim Tebow, but, obviously better?
Yeah, maybe like Tim Tebow with a little more accuracy. Or, Cam, Justin Fields. He might not be quite the thrower that Justin Fields is, but I think he's close. Lamar Jackson is another guy that people bring up. So I think kind of a combination of those kind of guys is a dual threat quarterback and somebody that can, impact the game in a number of ways, and it's just going to be a matter of, what team takes him and how he's going to be able to grow and develop in that system. and what kind of confidence he's going to develop, and what kind of supporting cast he has. And let's not forget with the completion percentage. I mean, he throws a fastball no matter what, and maybe learning touch might help him. But I know in the combine he remarked about the fact that when he takes something off the ball, he's not quite as accurate.
Yeah.
So he's really comfortable just throwing the ball pretty hard. So wherever he goes, those receivers are going to have to be on the judge machine, and they're going to have him on, the fastest, dial there, because he's going to be bringing it for sure.
Yeah, and we've seen quarterbacks that don't really let up with their passes, okay? And there's two different spectrums of this. We got either a Brett Favre type of quarterback who will chuck the ball 90 to 100 miles an hour at you in like a 5-yard slant, or it's going to be a Baker Mayfield where he chucks the ball and it goes right over your head. And hopefully, what we saw at the Combine, Anthony Richardson's looking like he's getting a little bit better with those mid passes. Obviously, he's able to shoot the ball down the field. But outside of the speed of Richardson in that Combine, what really impressed you the most, and what do you think the scouts are going to be looking at to get him into the NFL?
Well, the vertical jump, the broad jump, and his deep ball, too. He throws a pretty deep ball, and he connected on a few of them. I remember back at the Eastern Washington game. Now, granted, it's Eastern Washington. And then early in the LSU game, too, against Justin Shorter, he had a bomb. So he's got the big playability. I think it's just a matter of, can he move the chains with regards to his accuracy. And if he can develop that to go with the deep ball, then you've got a really true threat and a really nice potential NFL quarterback.
Very nice, very nice. Kevin Brockway from Gainesville Sun talking Florida Gators sports with us. And I want to ask this question because I got to ask it, okay?
Okay.
Which team in the NFL do you see needs this type of quarterback the most? Obviously, it's all about Anthony Richardson today because, what he did at the Combine was very special, okay? It surprised a lot of people, and also it just, it proved the doubters wrong. But which team do you see picking him up and having the most success in the NFL?
Yeah, well, I know the two teams that really like him and that were at a lot of the games at the Swamp had large scouting presences. One was the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, from what I'm told, I know people up there, they really like them. And another team, too, is the Carolina Panthers. I think they're another team that, and you've got Frank Reich there, who's got a pretty good track record developing quarterbacks. But I would impress upon any team that takes them just to be a little patient with them, don't throw them in the fire right away, let them learn, let them develop, and it'll pay dividends down the road.
One final question for you, Mr. Brockway, because we know you are a very busy man on a very busy schedule. But moving back on to just Florida program talk in general, there was a visit from five-star offensive tackle Mason Short. He seems very interested in and is going to be going to the University of Florida. How do you see this? How do you see this player impacting that offensive line and really improving this Florida squad as a whole?
Yeah, no question. I think with Florida, the one thing that they established under Napier, the one positive, and it goes back to his days at Louisiana too, is the ability to develop offensive linemen and work with offensive linemen. And that's a selling point. You take a look at a guy like Max Mitchell, who was at Louisiana under Napier and his staff, and now he was starting for the New York Jets as a rookie at right tackle. So, Cyrus Torrance was an All-American this past season and is probably going to go in the first round of the NFL draft. So they have that to sell, that they can get offensive linemen to the NFL, and I think that that's something that's very attractive to recruits. They've got Napier calls the plays. He has an offensive coordinator named Rob Sale, who works with the offensive line, and then he has an offensive line coach. So you basically have two coaches dedicated to the offensive line in terms of development. That's how they did it in Louisiana. It was successful for them there, and they're continuing to do it. And I think that's a big selling point for any offensive line recruit. They have Roderick Kearney coming in, who played in the Under Armour All-American game this year. He's an early enrollee. They're very high on him. He could see playing time as a true freshman as well.
Kevin Brockway from the Gainesville Sun. Kevin, that's all the time we got for you today. We appreciate you hopping on with us. Let the people know where they can find you on the socials and online.
Yeah, at Kevin Brockway G1 is my Twitter handle. and you can find my work at gatorsports.com.
Great stuff. Kevin, you enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy all, whatever Florida's got to offer for you. But
you might see Tom walking around out there.
No, he's not. Look, he's in Gainesville. Tom's in Fort Myers, okay? But either way, we appreciate you hopping on with us. We can't wait to get you back on later on, maybe possibly after the draft to see what Anthony Richardson and the rest of the Florida squad going into the NFL could do for their respected team.
That'd be great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to hop into a break. When we come back, we're going to do what we're supposed to do in this first segment. We're going to drop the main headlines of the day, and you guys are going to get all the know in the sports. So don't go anywhere because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today. Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
The Blitz has been called.
Listen to the wind
Hello and welcome back, kiddos. John Abraham, Captain Cool, the Bandy Man, Bailey Lowry on live with you guys from the afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. Yes, Bandy's here.
I'm here.
I forgot we didn't even intro you in.
In case you didn't know, I was here.
Yeah, Bandy, what happened in that last the first segment of the show, Bandy? What happened?
Okay, for one, would like to apologize to one Mr. Brockway because there was a time confusion. There was a time zone confusion.
Always is.
He is in Florida, so when we set up the interview time, we set it for 3 o'clock. We did not specify Central or Eastern.
It's all right, Bandy. I only ask you to get the guests. I don't ask you to specify the times. They could hop on with us at 2 o'clock, and I'd still be here.
But you know what? He was a great sport, and we made it work.
Oh, no, of course we did, and it was a great interview. He gave us a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, and now we know Anthony Richardson, like kind of what we've been saying. I mean, he's going to come into the league. He's going to probably play a big role on a team, but not this upcoming season.
Right.
It'll take him a little bit of growth to get to where he needs to be. We saw in that combine, okay? First off, this man, again, sprints like a gazelle. He goes fast. For this guy's size, he flies, beating out some of the defensive backs that he had on his former Florida Gators team. Then this man also jumps like a, like a man on, what would you say? What jumps high? I mean, kangaroos don't really jump high.
I mean,
like a.
I'm showing you a couple of those dog videos where they're just jumping off of trees.
Hey, he a dog. He got a dog in him. All right, vertical jump.
But hey, speaking of, we got breaking news.
What do we got? Are you sure it's breaking news? Because I might have talked about it at the beginning.
No,
of the
it's got to
show.
deal with Lamar Jackson.
Then I probably talked about it at the beginning of the show. He has been franchise tagged.
I mean,
but other teams, he could still look for another team to hop on.
Doesn't this mean he's off the free trade market, though?
The
free agent market?
He can't be picked up, but offers can be thrown at him, and he can choose those, and he can go to those teams if he wanted to. But the Ravens can also throw deals at him that are just as good, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
So, is this worth not just offering him the money that he's...
I mean, for the franchise tag...
That he wants anyway? I mean, because I feel like a lot of teams are going to offer a lot more than what the Ravens would want to give him.
They could do that, but at the same time, the Ravens could be talking to him behind the scenes like, hey, this is what we're going to get for you. This season, you're going to make this amount of money, but next season, we're going to try and get everything strapped so then you can have the contract that you want going forward because they want him on the team, okay? And we can talk about this going into it, but we'd like to remind you that this hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. I told you guys in the first segment, look, it might be beautiful outside, but you need to be ready with a nice roof atop your head because you never know when those winds are going to come in, when those rains are going to come in. It's the Tennessee Valley. Anything's possible. And you know what is possible?
Where it's possible.
Having a nice roof atop your head that's not going to go anywhere and it's going to keep you sturdy.
Exactly. I mean, we're getting supposed rain and thunderstorms on Thursday and Friday, so why not have a Fleming roof over your head to protect yourself?
There you go. You got Weatherman Bandy telling you guys what's coming up this week. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain, but I'm, whatever. I washed my car this weekend. I'm going to get a few days out of it. Too bad the pollen's coming down now, so I'm going to have to wash it extra much because it's just going to get annoying. But either way, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, guys, the guys that always show up. And they make you show up as well, so make sure you check them out. We got a live, wide-open rest of the show, so hop in at 256-576-4977. And if you're not all about chatting on the radio, we do have a Twitch and YouTube that you guys can hop on and comment whatever you want. Just keep it a little bit PG-13. Well, yeah, keep it PG-13, all right? That's all I ask for you, okay? WZZN TV is where you can find those, and you can watch us live on that. And if you're not doing that, if you're not at home and you're driving your car, just make sure you got the Blitz Sports Radio app and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app downloaded on your phones. It's very easy. It's very convenient. It's all of your favorite sports talk hosts at your fingertips. And while we're on the subject of 97.7 ESPN The Zone, make sure you guys sign up for the bracket challenge that's going down in a few days. We got a lot of people already hopping in, and it should be a good one because we have an all-inclusive 1-year family pack or family membership to Cherokee Ridge. I mean that's huge, okay?
Yes, it is huge.
The deal is worth like up to $5,000, okay? You're going to be going there and you're going to be chilling out. You're going to be a country club member right there, okay? You can tell all your friends. You do all that stuff. So make sure you guys sign up. That is the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Bracket Challenge. Look on the social medias. You can find it on 97.7 on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, and just hit that link and you'll be taken right to it and sign up with your ESPN account. Very simple stuff, guys. Just do it. Takes a few clicks and you'll be set for it. And then in a few days, make your bracket out. You can literally just make it as random as possible because you never know what's going to go. You never know what's going to happen. But you're still going to have a chance at possibly winning that all-inclusive pack or membership to One Cherokee Ridge for the family. Why not? For the entire family. Go down and play some golf, play in the pool, play some pickleball, do all that fun stuff. So, yeah, that's the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Bracket Challenge. But going back to Anthony Richardson, okay? Absolute dog. Man jumps very high. We learned that. Even for... We're not doing the cool segment yet, Bandi. This isn't the cool segment.
Oh, we're not doing the cool segment
Not yet. I still got to talk about the hot lines of the day, honestly. I haven't even got into them. I couldn't do it in the first, so why not do it now? Because if we didn't, then we'd be left open with a wide-open segment where we're supposed to have an interview, but it's not going to happen.
And also, to be fair, I did have my headphones off.
Yeah.
A lot during that first segment.
No, I told the people. I mean, you were running around doing what you got to do, and it's totally fine. But I mean,
I get kind of nervous during that time. You could literally say anything about me, I would not know.
No, I know, I know. You're in the zone.
Literally anything.
And that's why I know you came out with you were like, oh, we got some breaking news, and I was like, it's Lamar Jackson. We know Lamar.
Yeah,
Jackson.
franchise tag.
We talked about Lamar Jackson. We were focused on him. So Lamar Jackson is going to be on the Ravens, all right? I kind of knew this was going to happen. Ozzie Newsome even knew it was going to happen, okay? If you didn't know, Ozzie Newsome was a part of that Cleveland Browns before the Browns turned into the Ravens. And this man went over to the Ravens to be like the vice associate president or something like that of the team. So let me see exactly what his name is on this. His official name.
Yeah, like what his title is.
Yeah, I might not have well, I think I did put it down. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. No, I didn't put it down. Either way. But, I mean, the man wanted this guy on the team. Everybody wants Lamar Jackson on that team, all right? The fans want him on the team. The staff wants him on the team. Why wouldn't you want a young quarterback that has taken your team in 61 starts? You've gone 45 for 16, okay? You've gone 45 and 16 in those 61 starts with this guy. You're going to want him on your team.
Yeah.
People are going to make fun of him because he runs a lot of times. It doesn't matter. As long as you're winning games, it really does not matter, okay? And if he can take you to a Super Bowl, that's the next best thing, okay?
Exactly.
Guy was on a Madden cover, and you know what? It didn't affect him at all when he was on field. That's when a lot of the stuff was coming out. Oh, he's not as good as people think because he runs the ball all the time. No, you're just saying that because you want the Madden curse to still be a thing, and it's not going to happen, okay? He's still playing very well. Yes, he got a little injured in that last season, but he's going to come back better than ever. He's going to want to earn that money that they are going to give him soon enough. And if they don't, I know another team will, all right? Because there's a lot of teams that are looking at him. There's a lot of teams that could use a running, mobile quarterback because that's the type of league that we're watching now, okay?
Yeah.
And then going over to Anthony Richardson, man's going to have to run in the NFL. If he goes to the Colts, he's going to have to run. If he goes to the Panthers, he's definitely going to have to run. I know Frank Wright will do a great job with him on the Panthers, but at the end of the day, he's still got a lot of learning to do. And if we see him sit behind P.J. Walker for a season, even though P.J. Walker's not the most experienced veteran quarterback, man still knows how to ball out. He's played in the XFL, he's played in some other leagues, and now he's in the NFL, and he started a few games, and you know what? He actually won a few of them too. So even just sitting behind a quarterback who's at least won a few NFL games, Anthony Richardson's going to learn.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go into his second season. He's probably going to come in. He might start his second season right off the bat. They might throw him in as starter. He might start at the end of this season for all we know.
Yeah. I mean, you never know, because that's kind of like the nice middle ground of, like, if you're not going to take another year at Florida and, like, do another year in college, then you get drafted into the NFL. You get a high prospect pick because, I mean, you're like everything people want, a team wants in a quarterback.
Exactly.
So instead, that's a nice middle ground. You don't start, you don't become an instant starter. You take a year, sit behind as a backup, and you just learn in the NFL. You just take that year you would have spent in college, spend it in the NFL, take a year to learn. And, I mean, you might be right. Second year Anthony Richardson could come out and just blow people away as a starter.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with you, okay? He is a redshirt sophomore coming out of college, all right? He's had some injuries in the past, okay? He's been on some Netflix series or whatever.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was starred in it because it was just focused on some players. Let me, I can find the name for it. Yeah, he was featured on QB1 Beyond the Lights, okay? And he suffered a season-ending injury his senior year.
I did not know he was on QB1.
Pretty interesting, huh?
I need to go back and rewatch that.
Bandi, have you seen him do his little under-the-legs dunk?
I have not.
Oh, my gosh. They played it at the Combine whenever he was doing all his stuff, whenever he was doing his broad jump and all that. Man really can jump. Do you know how much this guy weighs, by the way?
No.
He weighs 244 pounds. 6 foot. That's why I added that and some. Like, he's everything you want in a quarterback and some, okay? This man's an absolute unit. And when he runs the ball with his 444 speed, you heard that right, guys.
444?
4 seconds and 44 milliseconds. Guy's fast, okay?
He's fast.
You know how much I ran mine?
How fast?
4.7.
You know how fast I ran mine?
Oh.
I can't even remember. It was like last time I did, it was like 6th grade.
You want to know? Okay, funny story.
It was like a 4.2.
Funny story. Whenever I ran mine, okay, I had a 4.8 my first try, and I was like, I'm so slow, man. And that was really what kept me out of, playing football in the long run, okay? I'm a wide receiver that can't even run, a decent 4.6, even a 4.5, okay? Which not all wide receivers got it, all right? Not all of them do. But I also don't have the height on me, and, all I had going for me was my hands and my footwork, okay? I ended up in front of my coaches, in front of all of my teammates. I was just like this, okay. I need to get rid of all of this extra weight. So I took off my shorts. I literally was wearing my underwear, all right? And I was like, watch this.
Okay.
And I sprinted as fast as I could. I will never sprint that fast in my life again, all right? And hitting that 4.7 almost brought a tear to my eye. I don't care if I was wearing my underwear. The coach got mad at me afterwards. He was like, what are you doing? Put some pants on. It was my senior year, and I was just so happy. I don't care. People were laughing. I was like, who cares? I'm a goof. That's what I do. But this guy didn't have to do that, okay? He ran a 4.44, all right? His vertical jump, 40 inches. 40 and a half inches, sorry.
Yep.
And then his broad jump was, I think it's 10 feet, 9 inches? Yeah. Man jumped very far. He is a special type of quarterback. And we go over to his other things that he's doing, his passing and all that stuff. Yeah, you could make the case that he doesn't know how to hit a side of a barn, okay, from like, a mile away. I don't freaking know. The guy wasn't looking too bad with those medium passes. And a lot of the times when he was missing on them, it wasn't even really his fault because you see, these wide receivers doing their routes and they're not, they're stumbling, they're kind of falling around a little bit or they just don't catch the football. All right. Yeah. And this kind of happened in his very long throw, his deep ball test that he had going on. His first two, absolutely perfect. I was literally just blown away. His third one, not as good, but it's still really good. Okay, it almost landed if the wide receiver actually made an attempt to catch the ball. And then his fourth attempt was a little high.
A little bit.
But it's still I think it went farther than the last two or the last three.
Yeah, because it really is wild just how efficient he was in the combine. I mean, he almost got a perfect score in athleticism.
99.
First amongst all the quarterbacks.
Exactly.
But again, it's that production score of a 70.
Yeah.
That's just going to kind of bring it down. But again, you take that, you have that backup year in the NFL. It's almost kind of like taking a year off. You just take your time to study. I mean, and that's going to go up from a 70 to probably looking like an 88 next season maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, it's similar.
There's so much potential in this guy.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, you might hate to hear that, there's potential in it. Well, you want to be that best guy. This guy is the epitome of potential.
Yeah.
He's had this size for so long, he's looked like this type of dude for so long, but it's like he still needs to get better at certain aspects of his game. And throwing it to wide receivers, the medium passes and all that stuff, it's going to come in time. Whatever team he goes on, they're going to, be happy with whatever he's got because he could still dump off some passes. He could still chuck the ball. The medium pass isn't always needed. It is wanted, but it's not always needed, all right? Just like how Jacoby Brissett wasn't going to throw past the 20 for, 90% of his passes, which very much upset me. But you get a guy like this, you sit him for a season, he's still going to get some reps during the preseason. He might even get some reps during the regular season. I mean, I would see that. If he's a second string, even if he's a third string, he might still see the field. You saw what the Panthers were doing. They were flexing that roster.
Yeah, you never know what might happen. I mean, look at what the 49ers went through this season.
Exactly. Teams do that all the time, too. The 49ers have always been pretty bad with the quarterbacks. Yeah. That's always how it's been.
It's really just kind of a curse.
And now the 49ers also put up something for the rules to be changed to where they can have that third quarterback with them, and it would be a part of that active roster. Okay? It wouldn't affect it. It would be that backup, just injury reserve quarterback that you can take with you. I don't know what's happened with it. It might
portable quarterback
might go through. Yeah, you always need that portable quarterback. That's always how they should have it too. It's like, well, we got this guy. He's not very. He's not mobile. But we also got Anthony Richardson, who he can move and he can also truck a few guys too.
Yeah,
I see Anthony Richardson being a pretty good player in the NFL. I see him doing. And I know you guys want to be like, well, this guy said this once, he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. That's college football, guys. It's a different type of game, different type of coaches.
He was the starter here.
He was the starter here.
Yeah, but at the same time, it really does come down to, can he develop the mental game?
Yeah. He's still young. He's so young. Coming out of college, I mean, still like being a redshirt sophomore, I know you could kind of say, oh, well, he's kind of I would say a junior, but still. Okay, the guy's very young. Obviously, he's going to have some things he's going to learn. What did Stetson Bennett do? There isn't anything about him. There's nothing about him, and he's 25 years old. Okay.
What was his combine profile?
Look it up. take a little look-sees.
Let me see if I can find it.
I got to see that too. I haven't seen all what he accomplished there, but I know it probably wasn't special if it wasn't on the news. But at the same time, Anthony Richardson did kind of take away the show. I'm going to look it up too. Stetson Bennett.
Here we go. Got a grade of a 6.
A 6?
A 6.
On
total score 76, production score 81, athleticism 72.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Yeah, ran a 4.6. He ran a 4.67 though.
Yeah, he is a mobile quarterback. He does move a little bit, but it's tough to really look. 4-4-4, all right, or 4-4-3 in the unofficial. Okay, 4-4-3, 4-4-4. That is the unofficial. I saw on the combine it was 4-44. All right, and that was pretty cool. Okay, doing that is not something that is normally done. 4.6 is still fast, guys. For a quarterback, especially, that's still pretty fast. All right, but Anthony Richardson is going to be a different breed when he comes to the league, and he's going to bring the heat, and this is going to change up the NFL a lot. I would say this might be the biggest change in all of the NFL. Moving forward, when this guy comes in, because we weren't thinking this whenever Patrick Mahomes came in, okay? We weren't thinking this when Colin Kaepernick came in. We weren't even thinking this when Jalen Hurts came in. This guy, his size, the way he plays, this is going to be a weird mix that we've never seen before coming into the NFL, and he is going to dominate whenever he gets the reps, whenever he gets good enough to perform at this level. Will it be the first year? No. Will it be his second year? Maybe. Will it be his third year? I think he'll be starting by his third year. If not, I think he might just be a backup for whatever team, like Geno Smith for the longest time. But even Geno Smith is doing stuff.
Oh, yeah, he just got that money.
Because he just got that money. We can move over to that because Geno Smith did just get paid. The man that we didn't think was going to really do anything at all in the NFL after having a great season with the Seahawks and then moving on. We didn't know if they were going to re-sign him. And that's exactly what they did. They extended him to a 3-year, $105 million extension. And it makes me very happy to see that he's finally starting to strive in the league. A team that believes in him, really. Because he started with the Jets. He bounced around a few teams. I think he was on the Giants for like a second. And now he's finally made it to a place that really just kind of cherishes him.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson moves on. You're like, oh, this is going to be a kind of a sleeper season. We're just going to kind of scoop by. Make it to the playoffs. Geno Smith took you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
He threw for 4,282 yards. He had 30 touchdowns, and he only threw 11 interceptions. Back in 2013, his rookie season, the first season he actually got to start, his stats did not look like this. 12 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. This is what happens. If you get enough time in the NFL, even Anthony Richardson could do it. If it took a while for him to be that quarterback to start in the league, You never know what he's going to do for your team. You never know what a quarterback's going to do for your team. And look at Geno Smith. Came into the league in 2013, and now he's starting going into 2023. 10 years later. That's a big difference. Man's going to be doing some great stuff. We're going to hop into a break, guys. We're going to close out this first hour when we come back. And then we're also going to preview the second because we don't just have the cool segment, but we also have the E play-by-play with the Bandi Man. So don't go anywhere. Except for you, Bandi. You can start moving a little bit. Because you're listening to The Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So you don't have to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on 2 services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to a tip-off Tuesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome into the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. And outside of Calvin Ridley coming back to the league, because he has been reinstated, the Jaguars will have a star wide receiver going into next year. The Jets also might have something new. Because currently, Bandi, New York Jets, they're flying to California to meet with Aaron Rodgers.
They're heading to the realm of darkness to talk with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, they're heading over to talk with him. So with Jets fans, it might be happening. What would happen if that happened? I wouldn't want to see Aaron Rodgers in the green and black.
Well, who do you let go if you're the Jets? All
of them.
Surely Joe Flacco over Wilson, right?
Look, okay, they got Joe Flacco, they got Zach Wilson, and they also have what's his name? Something White. What's his name? Dang it, Chad White.
Yeah, I mean they were rallying. They were rallying around him when Wilson wasn't performing.
I forgot his name exactly. Either way, okay, that tells you something right there.
Yeah.
All right.
So who do you get rid of?
All of them. You don't need any of them.
All three?
They're not going to be good for this organization. Backups, I wouldn't want Zach Wilson to be on my team at this point. The guy, I know, it'd be a waste. If any of them, I would keep Zach Wilson, okay?
Okay.
As much as that hurts to say, okay? But you're getting Aaron Rodgers. He's going to come in, and he's going to be a spectacular quarterback for this team. If not, he's going to be a Brett Favre.
It might be a good addition. I mean, maybe he'll introduce Wilson to the team. Maybe that'll cause him to chill out a little bit.
Maybe. I think that they can't get rid of Zach Wilson because they put money on him because he's still a young quarterback, okay? He's still just on that rookie contract. They can't get rid of him, okay? The other guys on the other hand, get rid of Joe Flacco. Get rid of Flacco. Get rid of White, all right? But the thing that upsets me the most is we've seen this happen already with a Packers legend in Brett Favre. He went to the Jets after retiring from the Packers.
Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be the same song, same dance going for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to be here to see it. Either way, this hour has been presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. Make sure you guys check them out online for your free quote, and remember that they always show up. We're going to hop out of here, but when we come back, it's going to be the second hour of the afternoon Blitz, and we're going to start with some fun. The cool segment's coming up, and then at 3:30, the E play-by-play with the Bandi Man. So don't go anywhere, because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com.
To fast
Fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fittings, and tighten the strap. And in the event of a sudden rush of cabin generosity, your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes. How? By donating your airline miles to Make-A-Wish. Why? Because your frequent flyer account is stuffed as fat as your carry-on. And just like the workout clothes you packed, you're never going to use all those miles. But if you donate some to Make-A-Wish, you can give wishes wings and put sick kids right where you're sitting now. No, not in seats to Newark, seats to fun family places, breaks from treatments and doctor visits and hospital stays, wishes to feel better, and lots of times get better too. Push your call buttons if you feel me. Alrighty then, well, once we reach cruising altitude, you can use your electronic device to make your pledge of miles or money to Make-A-Wish at givewisheswings.org. That's givewisheswings.org. And then move about the cabin with pride, knowing that you've made a huge difference in the life of a Make-A-Wish kid. Because wishes work wonders, people.
How long does it take to get to the forest? That's not far. What are we gonna do? Hike? Sure. Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
The Blitz has been called. This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Captain Cool and the Bandi Man.
Second hour here on the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. It's a tip-off Tuesday, and though we haven't really talked too much about basketball, okay, it's mostly just been about the football world and all the different things that are going on in the Combine, in the NFL, and the entire, what's going down with the contracts being made, the franchise tags, and we also got some more information to hop into. But I am your host, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry.
Yep.
Man does a great job just helping out producing the show, and also being the co-host and just being a good friend.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you recently got me into one of your favorite shows as well.
Well, one of my favorite anime shows. Yeah.
And we can talk about that in the cool segment if you want to a little bit.
Yeah, we can kind of touch on it a little bit if we wanted to, but we got a lot of stories to get into. The day has kind of been shook up because of the Kevin Brockway interview we had. He's from the Gainesville Sun, and we talked a lot about Anthony Richardson and how he's going to be going into the NFL draft here in a few weeks. Okay. There's other stuff that's coming in that we got to get into, and I will get into it, Bandi, I will. But you guys do need to know that this hour is completely wide open for you to hop in, 256-576-4977, and this hour is also proudly sponsored by Woody Anderson Ford, the best place
to get the best vehicles.
For the best prices, drive home in a brand new 2023 Bronco, Mustang, or if you're into trucks, they have a plethora of nice ones for you. Bobby White and his crew will take care of you guys. So find out more at WoodyAndersonFord.com. Now, first thing I want to jump into, okay, Bandi just showed me during the break, Daniel Jones has been signed on for 4 more years with a pretty monstrous contract. Bandi, play the music. You can just do it.
It's getting hot in here.
That's a spicy
meatball. So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
You know what cool is?
I don't know.
You're looking at.
Yeah, okay. Like I was saying, Daniel Jones has been signed on for 4 more years with a pretty big, juicy contract to his name as well. But that means, well, what are they going to do with Saquon Barkley? Let's place him on a franchise tag. So now they got both of them going into next year. Good for them.
He's on the tag now, too?
Yeah, he's on the tag.
All right, he's on the tag.
He's been placed on the tag. So it's good for that team. Okay, they're going to be able to rock and roll in that type of way. It's not too bad. But it's whatever. Can your team, do better next year at least? Can the Giants at least, get pretty deep in the playoffs? Can they actually make a name for themselves? Can they be a scary team? Can people worry about the New York Giants when they come to play them? That's the question. Because the Giants barely just squeaked through into the playoffs. Okay, and they didn't do much whenever they were there. Now, I want to get into this story because it is extremely cool. Minnesota Vikings KJ Osborne, wide receiver from that team, he saves a man from a burning car. And wow. Right place, right time. The exactly right time. Because this man showed up, okay? He's dubbed a hero, and I can agree. He's definitely a hero after helping save a man's life from a burning car. The Minnesota Vikings receiver was in the back of an Uber in Austin, Texas on Sunday when those in the vehicle saw a car that had crashed into a pillar and began to go up in flames. It was at the juncture when Osborne says to his Uber, run over there. He was like, come on, we got to stop this car, okay? Go to the damaged car. Let's help this guy out, okay? They helped out, and then, you know what? He talked about it on Good Morning Football. This is pretty cool, okay? Pretty cool. You see the car is on fire in this post that he had on his Twitter, KJ_Osborne, and the car was definitely on fire, okay? That car was going down in flames, all right? But I'm just glad this guy was able to save a man's life. And also, I do say he's a hero. So he gets some claps for that, and that's pretty dang cool. Ah, very nice. Another story that I wanted to hop into a little bit earlier, but couldn't really, was, it was about a Ukrainian tennis star. Where did that come from? Well, I just had to throw it out there because I thought this was interesting. I don't know if it's cool, but it puts something into perspective, Bandi, because we all know there's a lot going on with Ukraine and Russia at the moment, all right?
All right.
But Ukrainian tennis star Marta Kostyuk, that's her name, Kostyuk, I'm going to say it like that, okay? She won the ATX Open in Austin, Texas on Sunday. Speak of the devil, it's Texas. Everybody's in Texas, I guess. And, I mean, you would think she'd be a good sport about the victory. Here, let me put on my glasses. And, go up and shake the person's hand, all right? You think she'd shake her opponent's hand, but that was not the case, all right?
Not the case?
She was facing off against Russian Varvara Grasheva. There's a lot of these difficult names. It's the tennis world, guys. But you know what? They're playing in America. But she was facing off against a Russian player, all right? Kostyuk went on to say, quote, "It was just my choice." Kostyuk said for skipping the handshake, according to The Mirror, and then goes on to say, quote, "We had a great match. Don't get me wrong. She's a great competitor. I respect her as an athlete, but that has nothing to do with her as a human being." End quote. She dedicated her first WTA title to all the people who are fighting and dying in the war over at Russian Ukraine. Insane, okay? Nonetheless, it was a great match, but this is just another reason why peace is definitely needing to prevail. Because, it's one thing, you hear about some countries that don't want anything to do with any of the other world, okay? I'm looking at you, North Korea. Bandi, why are you looking at me like that? What are they gonna do? They're gonna hear me over there? They don't even have this. They don't even have Wi-Fi.
We're already reaching Poland, so don't put it past them.
I don't think that they can even get this type of station networking. Okay, I don't think they have any internet over in North Korea. Okay, but like with them, that's fine. They want to be their type of selves. Do what you want to do. Okay, but now we're talking about Russia and Ukraine, and these teams meet a lot in the Olympics, in just other sporting events, in basketball and all this stuff. And now you think about it and you're just like, well, this is going to be awkward. This is going to get in the way of a lot of things. And it's already showing. And in this instant right here, you feel bad. You don't know who you feel worse for, because I don't think it's the Russian girl's choice to really, be Russian and have this war going on, okay? It's not what she wants. I don't think she's in the military. I don't think all that. I think she just plays tennis. But at the same time, the Ukrainian girl trying to make a statement for herself, her country, and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm torn between it. Obviously, I can't say too much about it because I'm not from Ukraine. I'm not from Russia. I don't know exactly how much each other hates each other. I'm pretty sure it's quite a bit, but, from person to person, really how much hate really is there. Maybe it's not even hate. Maybe it's just respect for your country and just, please stop the war. I don't want to see it anymore, Bandi.
No, nobody does.
Nobody does. No, I don't even think Russia wants to at this point. They're just like, come on. Like, what did we even do in this for in the first place? I never found that out. Ugh, it's just a sticky situation. Now, before we get into any bracket talk, I want to talk about some trades that might possibly be happening in the NFL. Now, these are very big possibilities, but they're also very unlikely, all right? Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, that's a little less likely. Obviously, we got one Mr. Steve Moulton, Scuba Steve. He was saying that's not going to happen. He's going to retire, if anything. He's not going to New York.
Not at all. No way.
I didn't think Brett Favre would go to New York. He went to New York. I don't know. It's just something that can happen with these Green Bay quarterback legends. But Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, okay, this could happen. The Packers would get, quote, a 2023 second-round pick and 2024 a conditional first-round pick. And if this would be a good choice, obviously the Jets would be winning in this, okay? The Packers don't want to see Aaron Rodgers go. But if it has to happen, it's got to happen. And then they can move on to, I don't know, a greener future. Can you say that? A cheesier future, maybe.
Yeah, cheesier future. But I mean, just kind of like throw another NFL story out there. Have you kind of seen the roster purge that's kind of going on over at Tampa Bay right now?
There's quite a bit going on.
Yeah,
what do you got?
I mean, 2 players have already been released. The most recent being starting left tackle Donovan Smith.
Oh, huh.
And it's slated that tight end Cameron Brate as well as Leonard Fournette are going to be released later on today as well.
I'm pretty sure Leonard Fournette. Did he? I thought we talked about how he was already trying to get out of there.
There was talks of it. Like
Okay.
that was kind of like up in the air that he would be released from Tampa Bay,
Okay.
but nothing was confirmed. But
All
it
right.
seems like today's the day that's very likely to happen.
All right. Well, there you guys.
As
Yeah,
well
you
as a
guys
tight
are-
end.
That's good to hear.
Good.
I'm glad for the Tampa Bay to kind of go back to what Tampa Bay was. Trash.
Mid-tier?
Worse than mid-tier, Bandy. They were winning 5 games this season. Remember Josh Freeman?
Oh, do I remember Josh Freeman? No, I do not remember Josh Freeman.
There's the 2010 Bucks right there. Ugh. Gross stuff right there. Another speculation would be Kirk Cousins going to the 49ers. I don't see this one happening at all. All right? I don't really see it even being a possibility. Okay, the Vikings would get a 2023 third-round pick and a 2024 second-rounder, okay?
Yeah.
If this happened, we'd be looking at this whole Brock Purdy situation as well as, Trey Lance situation totally different, okay?
Yeah. And I feel like the Vikings are happy right now with what they've got.
I mean, they're fine, just sitting pretty decent. Obviously, they're not going to make that push for the Super Bowl, but they're good enough to make it to the playoffs and be a team that people know.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say work on improving your defense. I mean, and there you go.
Yeah.
You already had one of the most high-powered offenses in the league.
Exactly.
It's just that you were getting scored on just as much.
So this one, I say there's a 3 out of 10 chance this is going to happen.
3 out
For
of 10.
Aaron Rodgers, I think there is a 7 out of 10 chance that he might go to the Jets. Okay, these are just random numbers. Okay, I could literally have said any number and it would be different. Derrick Henry also, he's been on the trade block for the last 2 days. The Titans maybe shopping something new. Why would they do this? Why would they do this? This is your maybe I think I know why, okay?
You think you know why?
Maybe because the Titans don't want to be complacent with just relying on that run game. Maybe they want to open up because they know, okay? Just having that running back, not being able to have wide receivers that are top tier, that really takes a lot away from your team, okay? You can be a good team with a good running back and no wide receivers, but you can't be a great team that makes it to Super Bowls, okay?
Yeah, so what would you hope for if you're a Tennessee Titans fan or well, yeah, if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, what would you hope that they get for Derrick Henry?
There's some ridiculous stuff on this one because it says Derrick Henry to the Dolphins.
To the Dolphins?
Yeah, out of all
For
teams.
who?
2023 third-round draft pick.
Mm.
Yeah, for the Titans fans out there, if you are going to be happy with this, okay, I'm not going to know what you need, all right? We can ask one Mr. Joe Hunk on Friday, but if you are a Titans fan and you want to hop in and tell me what would probably make you, not want to leave the fan base if they traded Derrick Henry, because I know if I can somewhat be a Titans fan, and you know what I'm thinking? I don't want to see Derrick Henry go. I freaking love this guy. That's like seeing Nick Chubb go.
Yeah, it's like seeing A.J. Brown go.
Exactly. A.J. Brown was devastating, and that obviously costed them quite a bit because this last season, not so good. They didn't have that depth. They just had a running back, and you know what? He couldn't stay on the field. He's still a great running back. He's still got a lot to prove. And you know what? I think the Titans should keep him and just try to build on their wide receivers and then also, obviously, their offensive line.
Right.
Okay? Get some decent offensive linemen, Have them just back up Derrick Henry. Don't be throwing as much money as you can at these offensive linemen, though, and then not have enough cap space for any wide receivers, because you need those wide receivers, okay?
Yeah, let alone a quarterback.
Let alone a quarterback. I think they could get it done with Ryan Tannehill, but he just doesn't have any weapons to go to.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that needs to kind of be pieced together, and I can see why the Titans would want to get rid of a Derrick Henry so they can open up that space, so they can trade him for a bunch of those good players that they want to get in the future to rebuild this team. But at the same time, there's a few pieces you can piece together. The draft's going to help out a lot, and picking up guys off the free agency is going to help out a ton. All right?
Could you imagine if they do another trade with the Eagles and get A.J. Brown back for Derrick Henry?
I don't even think that would be bad. I don't think that would be terrible.
You don't think so?
I don't think it would be bad. I don't think the Eagles would do it. They're pretty.
No, there's no way.
They're pretty happy with Miles Sanders.
I mean, I'm kind of scared to think about. Actually, this would be awesome. I mean, Jalen Hurts behind it with Derrick Henry and Devontae Smith to throw to.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
I mean, that'd probably be the most fun team to watch right there.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'd miss AJ Brown, but still, I think he'd be fine as a Titan again, even though he probably does not want to be there.
Right.
Not a lot of people do. If you're gonna get any wide receivers over there, they're gonna be young talent. Okay. Next one's Brandon Cooks to the Cowboys. Get Brandon Cooks out of Houston is what I would have said. But now with the new head coach, you never know what's going to happen. So this is where, everything kind of gets twisted, okay? The Texans, if you ask me this question, like, do you want Brandon Cooks on a different team? I would say, of course, okay? They had a terrible team last year. They've had a terrible team for the longest time, okay? But now bringing in DeMarco Ryans, you bring in this guy that has had experience with this organization. He knows what the team needs to kind of be a good team. He also is a stellar coach when it comes to the defensive side of things. Man's going to do some great stuff for this team. So I would at least stay for 1 or 2 more years to see where this team goes.
But at the same time, ideally you're drafting Bryce Young if you're the Houston Texans.
Exactly.
So what do you do with Brandon Cooks? I mean, because I feel like if you're Houston and you're planning on drafting Bryce, you're also planning to put him in your starting position.
Well, you have Brandon Cooks as a wide receiver.
I'm stupid.
You're good.
I was thinking of their quarterback.
What was his name? Mills.
Yeah.
I know. I get where you're coming from. I was going down the line of mostly just like quarterbacks and running backs and stuff.
I was too. I was thinking their quarterback.
Yeah.
Never mind. But now I kind of see where you're going. But at the same time, could you also get a good piece for Brandon Cooks to maybe get 1 or 2 better options? Like, you could go the roll route and maybe get like 2 pretty good players out of Brandon Cooks to help support Bryce Young.
Brandon Cooks,
or do you try to keep him and see what he does?
See, Brandon Cooks, he's got the veteran status to him now. Okay.
Yeah.
People look at him and they think he's a great wide receiver. I think he's a great wide receiver. He's been playing with what he's got, and he's still been doing a great job. Bryce Young would help out immensely. Any good quarterback coming from this draft is going to help out immensely. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything better than what they have now will help out. Okay. The Texans are in a situation where they just need everything. All right. They need a quarterback. They need wide receivers. They need a running backs. They need a defense. They've got nothing right now. So, honestly, they could gain a lot from trading him, but at the same time, you also want to have somebody who's familiar with your organization to kind of lead your squad in those first few seasons with a new quarterback coming in. Mm-hmm. So, there's many ways to look at it there. You might want to see Cooks go. What would the Cowboys be having? Well, they would have a freaking stellar wide receiver core now.
Yeah.
It'd be insane.
Getting thrown to by Dak Prescott.
Exactly. You got CeeDee Lamb as well. You jump in there, you're just like, okay. You got 2 great running backs as well. Well, decent running backs. 2 kind of good running backs. I think one of them's good. And he recently was franchise tagged.
Yeah. I mean, he showed out during the later half of the season.
Yeah. I think he's better than Elliott. So.
Oh, Tony Pollard over Elliott?
Yeah, I think so. Tony Pollard over Elliott. Do you agree?
Trying to think. I got to think about that.
I agree, but that's just me.
I'm just trying to think about what Ezekiel Elliott really did during that later part of the season.
He did a little bit more than he did the beginning of the season, but still not much.
And how much did he do in the beginning of his season?
Took him a while to score that first touchdown. That's what it did.
Yeah. All right. Maybe Tony Pollard might be heading up there now.
Tony Pollard he's quick. He's young. He's got the talent.
I like it.
Either way, we're gonna hop into a little bit of the bracket stuff now before we hop into a break.
Bracketology?
A little bit of bracketology.
All right, I'll pull this up.
Brandy. A little bracketology.
Banditology.
Now, as we know, the first in, we learned this. All the top seeds are kind of set in stone now. All right, we got Alabama obviously sitting atop. Gotta love and see it. You gotta love and see it. Okay, but that's in the South. So Houston in the Midwest, Kansas in the East, and Purdue in the West. Those are the top seeds right there. The second seeds include K-State, Texas, Marquette, and UCLA. Now, let's take a look at what we got for this bracket. That might change a little bit, after all these tournaments get said and done. All right? In the first round, Alabama doesn't have any competition right now. Okay? They literally don't have anybody.
Cleveland State.
They ain't got nobody. What are you looking at? You looking at bracketology?
Yeah.
You were actually on the site.
Like the actual SEC site, yeah. Not the SEC, the ESPN site.
Okay.
Well, are you looking at the SEC tournament?
No. I'm looking at a different website, but I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at. I guess they don't have it updated like that.
You go to the ESPN one. They got it all filled out.
You got Illinois and NC State in the next one?
I got Illinois, West Virginia.
Sheesh. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. It's all changed up.
Yeah,
we'll go off of ESPN.
Yeah, they're moving up. That's right. They're going up and down, but you got some people that are hard set in stone.
All right, Bandy, you go down the list real quick while I get that pulled up.
All right, TCU and Drake.
Okay.
That's what it's at right now with TCU sitting at the 5 seed.
Do we want to pick winners and losers? Who's going to win in some of these games? Okay.
Well, I mean, they're still subject to change.
And that's totally fine. We'll change as well. But right now we got this list. Why not go through it? All right.
You know what? I'll run through it. All right. Alabama, Cleveland State. Alabama.
Alabama for sure. Okay, I'm on it now.
Illinois, West Virginia.
I'm gonna say Illinois. Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
TCU and Drake. I'm gonna go TCU.
Yeah, I'll go TCU as well.
Xavier and Yale. I mean, I have not seen either of these two teams play, but I imagine Xavier's going to get the win here.
Okay, we're going strong with the top seeds right here. Okay, San Diego State or Penn State. I'm going to say Penn State's going to upset.
Ooh, you're going for the upset?
I'm going to go for the upset right there.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay.
Kansas State, UC Irvine. I think Kansas State's going to handle it.
I haven't seen UC Irvine play. I haven't seen them at all.
Okay.
I ain't know, but that's a part of it.
Duke and USC right now is the 7-10 matchup.
That was pretty good. I'm gonna say USC's gonna win that one.
USC?
Yeah, I think Duke's been playing a pretty good, pretty solid year. But again, I don't think they're gonna go far. If Duke does win, I think they won't get past the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and I think Purdue's gonna handle Colgate no problem.
I agree.
All right, let's see what other. Well, actually, let's see some of these notable matchups. I mean, that's 4 really long sections.
There's a lot of sections there. Yeah.
What are some of the more Tennessee, Louisiana?
It's a big tournament.
In the Eastern region.
I think
Tennessee, Louisiana, that'll be an interesting one.
I think Tennessee's going to win that one for sure.
Okay.
I think Louisiana, again, stellar ballers right there. But Tennessee, the things that they've been able to do, obviously not consistent. I think Tennessee's still able to surprise some teams. And again, Tennessee did beat Alabama pretty handily. And I don't know about Louisiana's season so far. Okay.
True. Florida Atlantic and Auburn being the 8-9 matchup right now in the West.
Florida.
Atlantic.
Actually, no, Auburn. I'm going to say Auburn.
I'm going to say Auburn as well. I mean, really, it just comes down to can they shoot above 30% as a team?
Yeah. Auburn is not a bad team, okay? They went up against Alabama. Obviously it was a little shaky, and then they finished off their season with the dub against Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, really, if their outside shooting is in tune and they're making their three-pointers and they're actually shooting very well, they can definitely rob a couple teams in this tournament. But otherwise, if that outside shooting is not there, everything else just really falls behind.
Bandy, who do you think the top teams are going to be going into the actual nitty-gritty of this tournament?
You talking about like the Final Four?
Not fully the Final Four, but what are some notable teams you're going to see actually make it that maybe other people are sleeping on?
Let's see. I mean, I can't say anyone's sleeping on Alabama, but really, I don't see Alabama really having any kind of tough matchup until the Sweet 16 with a TCU matchup.
I agree. The TCU matchup would be pretty tough. Same with Xavier, though. I mean, Xavier's a good team. They've been a good team for a while. Okay,
they have been a good team for a while, but I feel like Alabama, just size-wise and just physical-wise, they really just outman Xavier.
I agree. I think Texas A&M, of course. I know we're sticking to some of these SEC teams, but we stick to what we know. Okay, Texas A&M is also going to be playing some good ball. Okay, they're going against NC State first, and then if they win that one, which, again, this is all just, this is all based to move, okay? It's going to move around a little bit. But Texas A&M would have to go against Arizona or UNC Asheville.
Arizona in the round of 32 is going to be a tough one.
That's what I'm saying. Arizona would probably have to I might pick Arizona in that one.
Yeah. But think about how much of a statement that would be. Like, Texas A&M comes away with that win. I mean, Ben, let's see. What's on the other side of the bracket there? I mean, Mississippi State, Marquette.
Marquette's good.
Marquette would be would be tough as well.
Solid bowl.
This is going to be a tough bracket run if Texas A&M really wants a shot at making it far.
And it's really just going to be a tough bracket run altogether. I don't know who I'm going to freaking pick for any of this stuff.
Well, I mean, we got to get to thinking. We can't lose to Vizar.
We can't lose to the Czar.
We can't lose to the Czar.
And you know what? You guys can't either, so make sure you guys check out the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Bracket Challenge. We're going to try and get through it together, all right? All right, we're going to kind of be going back, piecing it together a little bit, but we're going to hop into a break here in a second. Again, though, 97.7 ESPN The Zone Bracket Challenge. You can find it on the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Facebook and Twitter, and you can sign up there for a chance to win an all-inclusive membership to Cherokee Ridge. That is a family membership worth up to like $5,000, guys. I mean, why wouldn't you want to get in on that? So just get on that group right there and get ready to set up your bracket, because the days they're closing in, guys. So you hop in before it starts, because we could all be getting pretty close to having that nice little membership at that country club. Either way, we're gonna hop into a break, guys. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, the play-by-play with the Bandi Man.
The Blitz has been called.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Hello, listeners. I want to tell you a little bit about Minuteman Press and what we have to offer our community. We specialize in paper printing and can help from designing your piece to the finished product. We print media guides for many of the athletic departments at high schools and universities around the area. We typically purchase sponsorships from these schools as well to try and help them with their fundraising. Once we have reached our new normal, we also print all types of marketing materials for you to hand out either in person, via mail, or at various trade shows and events. At Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
The Stretch Zone, with 2 locations in the Tennessee Valley, will get you ready for whatever spring activities you have planned, from golf to tennis or just to increase your general activity. The Stretch Zone can get you limbered up to feel your best. Plus, you'll be taught the best stretches that you can do on your own in between visits to one of our 2 locations in Hampton Cove in Huntsville or on Balch Road in Madison. Visit StretchZone.com for more information. That's StretchZone.com, and be the best of you. Learn more at StretchZone.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seat, managing partner of University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Crimson Tide football. Stop in the University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com for all our great offers. And get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today. Because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide!
Rambo Marine in Hazel Green is your one-stop shop for all things boating. Whether you are ready to surf with the newest Malibu wake boat or cruise in a Cobalt or Barletta pontoon, we have a boat ready for you and your family. Rambo Marine provides exceptional service second to none, so that you are ready to hit the water in no time. Stop by Rambo Marine today. We know boats. The Blitz has been called.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz. Here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network, I'm the Bandi Man Bailey Lowry, joined across the glass by Captain Cool John Abraham.
Yo.
Sorry,
my brother asked me while I'm out if I wanted to grab a spark plug for the Shagwagon because currently it's almost cutting the rope. It's almost down.
It's almost done.
It's almost done for, and I can't let that happen. Okay, it's not going to because I'm camping this weekend, Bandi.
It's too iconic.
I know it's. Let's see. Look, okay. If it does end up breaking down one of these days, I'm just going to take it to my ranch in the future, and it's going to be the centerpiece. It's just going to be a centerpiece.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's also good.
What?
You could also take it to one Woody Anderson Ford, the best place.
Dude, that was good.
Wait, the best place.
For the best prices.
Did I get you off guard with that?
I was just like, I was in shock. I was like, he transitioned this personally. The best vehicles.
For the best prices. And guess what? Is it a Ford?
Yes, it's a Ford.
Well, take it in. Bobby White and his crew will take care of you in their magnificent service lanes.
Oh, nice. I really should. I should do that. But you guys can hop on down to Woody Anderson Ford. Get yourself a brand new 2023 Ford Bronco. Bandi, those sure do look nice, don't they?
They do look nice.
They do. Or you can get yourself a Mustang, go super fast, but you know, within the speed limit, of course. Or you can get a truck, go off-road. They've got the F-150, the Maverick, and the Ranger. Always reliable, all three of those great machines. Just head on down, talk with Bobby White and his crew, and you can get a brand new vehicle today.
And you know what?
What?
You know what it's time for? We got through the sports news. Anthony Richardson, NFL Draft, NFL Combine, all that good stuff. It's time for the gaming news. And we got a lot of good stories today. It is patch day for a multitude of games. We got Overwatch 2 patch notes dropping today, the new League of Legends patch notes as well. And you know what?
What?
I want to pass it off to you because Halo Infinite Season 3 is launching as well.
Yes.
Or has launched. And that's all coming up on the E play-by-play.
I kind of threw my phone whenever you said that.
Time to catch up on esports with E-Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
A couple quicker, smaller stories first, though.
Okay.
For one, we got some more news about Redfall, the new title coming to Xbox Game Pass here relatively soon.
Sweet.
I believe it launches in May.
Ooh.
It's around there. It's going to be coming day one on Game Pass, but plus side, it's going to have crossplay.
Hey.
The developers confirmed today that even if you're playing on the Epic Game Store version, Steam version, PC Game Pass, or the Xbox Series X, you will be able to crossplay with all of your friends playing on different consoles.
Nice.
And equipment. Always good because, again, we're kind of getting to the point in multiplayer online gaming where like crossplay is now becoming standard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that just automatically puts a lot more life into your game if you're able to play not only with different other people online, but with your friends through different systems. Like, again, that's why me and one of my friends have been playing Dead by Daylight so much. Again, it introduced crossplay like a while ago. It's been one of the flagship titles on Game Pass, so we never have had a problem ever being able to find a game, no matter really what rank we are, for better or for worse. The matchmaking still needs a little bit of a fix. But on the plus side, we're getting matches no problem whether we're playing Killer or Survivor, because crossplay is always on. We're getting PlayStation players, we're getting Xbox players, we're getting PC players, and it's all good.
Yes.
Because everyone's having a good time. So crossplay in any game, always good. Love to see a Redfall.
Unless it ruins your game completely by just breaking it.
Yeah, kind of like I tried to play one game that got launched on Game Pass this weekend over on March 2nd.
Yeah.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I was actually really looking forward to this one because it was like a cross between Nioh and Sekiro. Like, it looked like a Souls-like game I would have gotten into, like a really good single-player game. What in the world did y'all do to the PC port? Koei Tecmo Games have been notorious for this in that they make games for consoles. And then they just throw it over on PC, like not really caring about it, because only 2 graphics options, one of which I'm pretty sure neither one worked. It looked like it was always in like 360p, you know?
Ugh.
Like old YouTube quality.
Mm-hmm.
The intro cutscene, when I got in, was just a black screen. So I heard everything that was going on and what everybody was saying, but I couldn't see any of it. Got past the character creator, which took about 5 minutes to load. And then my game crashed. I never even got into it. I just automatically uninstalled it, and then I'm probably not going to think about it again until I hear news that they're fixing the PC version.
It's a good idea.
Because it was terrible.
Yeah.
And what's even worse, it was the Xbox Game Pass version. But when I booted it up, why were there PlayStation icons? How do you mess that up for the Xbox version? It's not even the little things, man. It's just like, I don't know how they got away with this. This is one of the most baffling. This is one of the most worst PC. I can't even call it a port. I guess just something.
It's like a Flash game.
A transfer? This is one of the worst PC transfers I've ever seen in my life. My gosh. He doesn't need to get it together.
Mm.
Well, what's good? You know how I announced the EVO lineup got announced, I believe, like about a week ago for like the Fighting Game World Championships. And what's good, they're going to be dedicating a slot every year to like a retro fighting game.
Okay.
And like bringing it back. So like for this year, it's going to be Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had Ultimate Marvel 3 at EVO in like almost like 7 years. It's going to be nostalgic as heck. But at the same time, this has inspired professional players, former and current, to kind of bring out some tech they were hiding away all those years ago in preparation for the World Finals. And what's great is that it all seems to be anti-Phoenix tech. If you don't know Phoenix, character from the X-Men, notorious in this game for you kill her. If you have full bar, she then revives into the most broken character in the game. What's good? People are showcasing all of their tech for pretty much, I want to say like every single character in the game.
Sheesh.
With some way to counter her revive. The most interesting one being Spider-Man. Because, I mean, his entire command grab super just actually goes right through her revive and pretty much one-shots her.
Jeez.
So I'm kind of glad that a lot more of this tech is coming out of the surface in preparation for the World Finals and just kind of like breathing a little bit of life into the game before it really gets to main stage later on in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But now on to the big stuff. And Captain Cool, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Woo!
Because Halo Infinite Season 3 is dropping. Or has it dropped?
It has dropped, Bandi.
It has dropped. And from what you've been telling me, it's been pretty good.
It is the biggest update coming to Halo Infinite, and now we can finally say that the official release of Halo Infinite is finally here.
Good, because I have not picked up Halo Infinite really since Season 1, like since the game launched.
Yeah.
But now that, from what you've been saying, this is the biggest content update, just kind of walk me through it, like what are some of these changes that are coming, and really how is it going to be breathing life into the game again?
So the first things that are going to be breathing life, and this is outside of, the new maps and the new cosmetics and all this stuff, okay? The season's called Echoes Within, all right?
Okay.
First thing a lot of people have noticed is, and this is a big problem with the game, was the store that they have going on, okay? It used to be very jumbled. It used to be the same thing every single day, and it was a weekly thing. It changed every week. And these prices were outrageous. It was like $20 for certain things that probably shouldn't have been $20. They've tried to adjust it in the past, and now they're finally listening to us to the point where it's just a staple, where the prices are going to be good. The stuff in the stores, there's 2 slots that are going to be changing every single week, okay?
Ooh.
Multiple times throughout the week, okay? So it's like Tuesday, and I think on Friday they change again. So then
I like that.
You're able to kind of go in and you see something new, you get it, why not? And they're going to be cheaper. But the first new gun that's coming to the game. A brand new gun's coming to the game.
Wait, this is the first brand new gun?
Is it I think it might be. I believe it is the first gun to come in the game. Okay, it is called the Bandit rifle. All right. Now this one's not as amazing as like the DMR. You're not able to shoot it as far and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to short range, you're able to kind of just click it, hit people fast, and then get out of there. It's got a lot of damage at a close range.
So it's a semi-auto, not a
It's a semi-auto, yeah.
Okay, because it kind of looks like kind of like the old battle rifle.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they just took off the scope to it pretty much. Yeah. So then they're also adding the shroud screen, which, Bandy, if you remember me bringing this up at the beginning of Season 2, I did.
This looks like the bubble shield a little bit.
It's kind of similar, except for what happens is you drop it down, and it gives you a lot of it gives you, obviously, it doesn't show anything inside of the screen. So you can be inside of the screen. I believe it stops the bullets as well. So then you can come out of nowhere and just like appear, They don't know where you're going to come from, but you can either be in the shroud screen or you can be outside of it. But it's kind of just this, it's more like a Valorant type of ability that they have put in this game.
Yeah, like a Valorant smoke.
Exactly, yeah.
Which I can already kind of see, like, some kind of goofy straps with your friends. Like one of you drops down the shroud screen, one of you has active camo, and kind of
sneaks in, yeah,
sneaks around the back and and starts popping people.
I mean,
being invisible.
If you haven't put the active camo on in the first place, you could run into the screen, activate it, and then come out of it just not existing.
Just bamboozle people.
Exactly. They wouldn't know when you left it. You come out of the side and go around them. But then there are three new maps that are coming, and those are going to be Chasm, Cliffhanger, and I think it's Oasis. It's a big team battle map called Oasis, and this is on top of you being able to now play the new. I forget the name of it. Forge maps that they've put in, because now there's community playlists and stuff like that, and then you can go and play just forged maps just whenever with friends. It's just fun stuff you can do. And then we also get 2 free armor cores, one of them looking very similar to the Crisis armor that you see in obviously all of the Crisis games, and then the other one being kind of reminiscent of the older Halo games, like Halo 3, I believe. Yeah,
it really does.
It really does look like Halo 3, and I think both of these look sick. I love the Crisis looking one. I think it's called like Red. It's called what is it called? Red Steel Splinter Armor coating.
Ooh.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. No, wait, no, that's a different thing.
And they're free?
Yeah, they're free. It's just how it is. They give you the free ones, and then you got to unlock the certain cosmetics to kind of add on to that or buy them in the store. But other than that, all of the different armor cores are going to be free for you to kind of hop in and play. So outside of, like, if you're not all about, getting different cosmetics, it doesn't matter, because you have like 6 or 7 different armor cores you can hop into. And I'll try to make this quick, Bandy, because I'm almost done.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Another brand new battle pass, which now it seems that they're kind of on a good cycle to where they can put out this battle pass. It can be here for like a few months and then it's gone. Okay, it's not going to be another 6 months. It's not going to be another 300 plus days. It's just going to be the normal 3-month battle pass, and then it should move on to Season 4. They're already talking about some stuff with it. And then there's also Escalation Slayer is a new mode that is coming to the multiplayer, as well as some new narrative events, which are going to be pretty awesome, and Fractured Firewall, a new season event that will be going on throughout the entire season.
Okay, what's got me interested is they're adding gun game effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Escalation Slayer changes your gear loadout with every kill, giving you better guns and equipment as you increase your score.
Oh yeah,
melee attack reduce your tier by 1. Is that specifically from behind? So I mean, if you get pummeled in the nose, so you might not lose a tier if you get pummeled if you get your nose broken.
So yeah, I think from it's like an execution. It doesn't. It sadly doesn't show the execution because there aren't any executions in this game, which stinks.
That stinks.
But going up behind a person, you can hit them and it instantly kills them. Instead of going up from front and hitting them, it takes 2 shots. But the back, it does take just 1 and then they're dead. But I'm very excited for this. I'm going to pay the money to get the battle pass. I'm going to 100% it like I did the last 2. And I'm just going to try and enjoy it as much as I can because I've missed Halo, and just looking at this and getting this excited kind of gives me some nostalgia from when it first came out, way back when, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the list of changes, they all seem very positive. So,
and there's a lot more too.
I mean, I'm all for, especially with what happened over at Microsoft and what seemed to be across the gaming industry as a whole with the multitude of layoffs.
Mhm.
Really seeing the developers of Halo Infinite still put passion into the game and still strive to make good content.
Yeah.
And to make a good product. That's just great to see, and it's something we all need to encourage.
Yeah, and the 2 armor cores are called Mirage and Chimera. All right, so those are the 2 armor cores instead of the red steel splinter armor coating. That's an armor coating.
Okay.
So that's something that goes on it. It's something you can unlock. It's instant unlock when you get Season 3 Battle Pass.
So Overwatch Season 2 is going through its mid-season update right now.
Season 3 or Season 2?
Season 3.
Okay.
It's the mid-season 3 update.
Those seasons are flying by.
And you know what that means? More balance changes.
Yep.
Orisa, I'm sorry. Orisa means I am very sorry. Terra Surge, her ultimate, can now be interrupted by Sombra Hack.
Ooh.
So, what that's telling me, if it gets interrupted, does it still go off? Because it's a channel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that just makes it pop early? But at the same time, the fact that it can be affected by hack at all, I mean, you see her go for it. Nope. There goes your entire ultimate. I mean, they just really like nerfing Orisa.
Yeah.
Ramattra using his ultimate, popping his ultimate while in Nemesis form refreshes your bonus armor. That's just a nice quality of life update for him. Roadhog, his hook cooldown now starts when the ability ends instead of at the start. Another nerf to Roadhog. But again, I think this is a change that should have happened a long time ago. It never really made sense to me that, I mean, when the hook used to be even on a lower cooldown, that it would start right when you press the button instead of like right when the ability ended.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cooldown has been reduced from 8 to 6 seconds.
So I guess
in a way, this is just kind of like a net even.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. It kind of just puts it together, I guess. I don't know.
Wrecking Ball got a lot of accessibility updates. Like, I mean, there's now a timeout indicator for the grappling claw. You can. Okay, they have now added options. Relative gyro sensitivity while rolling only applies on a Nintendo Switch. They're making Nintendo Switch specific changes?
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know if
people are playing Overwatch on the Switch.
Do you do motion controls on the? I don't know.
Okay, actually, if you do motion controls with Wrecking Ball, that actually sounds kind of fun.
It sounds fun, but it also sounds like it affect you a lot in competitive play.
It sounds really annoying, though. But then again, you're playing Overwatch on the Switch.
Though it is Nintendo, so Nintendo is known for doing stuff like that.
Zarya, the shared cooldown for Particle Barrier and Projected Barrier has been reduced from 11 to 10. It seems like with a lot of the new heroes coming out, as well as the nerf she already took, Zarya was in a little bit of a rough spot, so they're bringing her bubble cooldown back from 11 to 10 seconds. You know what? Good change. I'm cool with it. Bring her back a little bit. Let's see. Damage hero updates. Ashe. Bob now prefers to shoot at enemy targets that Ashe damages with her rifle.
Bob.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah, I do too.
I like this too, and that now it feels like you're going to have a little bit more control over Bob.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I like it. Hanzo lunge cooldown decreased 5 to 4 seconds. Nice, a little bit more mobility for Hanzo. Kind of in a weak spot right now, Hanzo. You know what I mean? Because like that marksman. The marksman role was really taken up by Widowmaker, and she has been kind of dominating that role since the start.
Yeah.
Hanzo's kind of been on the back end. May got a buff to her ultimate cast time. Pharah jump jet movement is now influenced by directional inputs. Trying to make her like jet jump pack and her air movement more responsive. Okay, I like that. Make her even more harder to hit. Awesome. Sojourn, torso hit volume width increased by 20%. Okay, they made her hitbox bigger. I'm cool with that. Support hero updates. Baptiste, immortality field minimum health threshold increased from 10 to 25%. What in the world? Whoa, hold on. This means that allies will not only be saved from elimination with immortality, but they'll also walk out of it with 20. Okay, yeah, that's a big buff for Baptiste. So the way his immortality field works is that when you throw it down, until that thing is destroyed, no matter how much damage you do to anyone within that field, they will only be sticking at 10% of their maximum health. that threshold has now been increased from 10 to 25%.
It's pretty big.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you really need to destroy that thing.
Yeah, no. So now those same heroes that are in the immortality field are now walking out of it instead of 10% of their health with 25%. This is a huge change for Baptiste. They just kind of snuck this in here. I don't think it will be I don't think it's enough of a change, though, to where it's going to be like, oh, my gosh, pro players are just going to be absolutely flocking to Baptiste and building all of their comps like with Baptiste in them. I don't think it's that big of a change. Because at the same time, those pro players are destroying that immortality field like, I can't. There we go.
Like
that.
Like fire to butter.
Yeah, like that. Like they're just it's going away instantly. But like in the lower ranks, I mean, this is going to be big. It's going to be big for the more casual players, which I'm cool with. But 25%, from 10 to 25%,
that's a big difference.
That's a big leap.
Yeah.
And we have the League of Legends patch 13.5 patch notes. And the release date, it's going to be rolling out tomorrow. Let's see. At 3 a.m. our time.
Sweet.
I'm not going to be on around that time.
Neither am I.
Not in a million years. But with that patch is going to be coming the Yuumi rework. I cannot wait for that to go live, and people are going to be complaining. I'm going to be calling it here first. Yuumi is going to be a problem. The way they changed her, they gave her too much utility. You much utility. And just kind of made her just even more annoying to deal with overall while keeping her permanently untargetable status. It's not going to be a problem of her just being able to permanently heal people and give move speed to everybody. She's giving attack speed, health, mana back, rooting people, slowing opponents. It's going to be a problem. She's doing a little bit of everything. But with that, we got to take a timeout. We are running over. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the show. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Hello and welcome back in, everybody, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandi man, Bailey Lowry.
Yep.
Make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at @TheBlitz_sports, and also find us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV. We got a little bit of time if you want to hop in, 256-576-4977. But I do want to bring this up, okay? The story I talked about the other day, I think it was just yesterday, okay, about the girls in Hoover, okay, the 6th grade or the 5th grade girls that won a boys rec championship, okay? They finally got what they deserved, all right? Because, you know, there was some talk. The story was still updating, okay?
Okay.
But they did end up getting a bunch of trophies and stuff like that from the actual city council meeting that was going on in Hoover. So, hey, these little time stories, man. They made it to CBS, they made it to ESPN, and now everybody's finding out about these types of stories. It's just such an impactful story. And what better month to do it in than... Is it still a Women's History Month, Bandi?
I don't know. I mean, what was the point of denying them the trophy in the first place? I mean, you made them play that by your rules, and then they won.
It's because they're not boys. Simply because they're girls. But either way, they got their trophies, and now they're sitting happy, and they probably got a good facility to play in as well. But it's been a very jam-packed episode of the Afternoon Blitz. We had Kevin Brockway on from the Gainesville Sun talking Florida Gators sports, and then we also went through a lot of NFL draft possibilities, trade possibilities, and some other ridiculous things. I mean, what do you expect? It's the Afternoon Blitz. We got fun, we got sports, we got gaming, we got knowledge for you. Either way, I'm gonna take this knowledge back to my old house in Tennessee. For me, for the Bandi man, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
And family, from the comfort of a new camper, we can make your dreams come true.